Hey everybody, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. We got Raeleigh. Hey Raeleigh, where have you been? I haven't seen you in the longest.
I've been tired, and then you can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been tired, and then with Chantel kind of being gone, I didn't really want to get into DLF, and yeah, I just took a little bit of a break and whatnot. So I was in and out of the streams a little bit, but yeah, that was it. And one of my cats was missing for 2 days, so that kind of threw me off whack and everything too. So, but we found her last night, so we got her back.
Oh, where did you find her? Did she make her way home?
Yeah, she went to because we live in like an apartment complex, and like all of our apartments are like together. And she went
Okay.
to my neighbor's window. I think she thought it was ours because they're like right where we would be. Like, yeah, they're right where we're at next to us. So she went over there and was meowing, and the neighbor went over and went out, and yeah, so we found her. It's better now. So
Okay. Well, that's good.
yeah,
Good thing to hear. Yeah.
how have you been?
So, okay. A little bit sick, but I'm holding in there. I
Okay.
should be better by tomorrow. I probably might do another live stream after this. I'm not really sure because there's DLF stuff I wanted to go over about his core things, but we shall see. Ari Pepperoni, hello, welcome.
Hi, how's
Hello.
everyone
Hey,
doing?
good. How are you?
Yeah, how are
I'm
you, Amy?
good.
That's good.
Good, good,
So,
good.
what are you thinking? What did you want to talk about?
I want to know where the heck Nader is. What do you guys think happened to him for real?
Well, we were at 1.3 choices, but since he's active on Facebook, I think the third choice of him being in jail is no longer
Yeah.
good. So either he's suspended or he's kicked out of the condo townhouse. But then again, he could still go online, I guess. It depends on,
Mm-hmm.
he could get Wi-Fi. It's just a matter of why isn't he coming online?
Do you think he got suspended?
I'm just gonna hold it as a possibility for me right now because there
Mm-hmm.
were a lot of complaints, and for them to be editing videos, like well, Chantel was editing videos, really tells me a lot.
I was thinking today watching her be all like Miss Depressive. I don't have anything to say, da 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 da. I'm wondering if she's feeling that way because maybe Nader somehow is mad at her for him getting suspended. Like he's projecting type thing,
Maybe,
you
yeah,
know?
that's a possibility. I can, yeah, I think so.
So
Because
he
it's too
hasn't.
coincidental. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Ray Ray.
No, I was just gonna say because I don't keep up with him at all. So he hasn't been on YouTube at all since the last time. Like,
No,
what was
not
it again?
since when Chantel disappeared, which is 5 days now.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah.
So he hasn't been on since Sunday, pretty much.
Yeah. That's weird.
It is,
So if he
considering.
is suspended, Monty, he's going to come back angry.
Okay, good. Hey, Nicole, hey,
He's
Twitter
going to come
Times.
back angry.
Well, he can come back wherever he wants.
Right.
Sometimes the confidence scheme has to end.
No, thank you. Thank you. And that's also probably why Chantal's watching her P's and Q's.
Hmm.
Because if he did
Yeah.
get suspended, she probably had a moment where it's like, oh, they were serious that they would report us.
Yeah,
And
And
you
maybe
wouldn't
that's why
even.
she's being cautious.
Yeah.
exactly.
And you wouldn't even be able to see if he was suspended at all. That's just something on his end, Monty.
Yeah, it'll only be on his end. Like,
Okay.
yeah. Uncut Gems says he's kicking it with AJ probably. I
Oh my
mean,
God.
I
He found
mean,
someone else.
AJ is probably in BC or Ontario because either one of those two provinces, I don't know which one, but Hey, Lynn Miss Nat, hey, Trash Boat, hey, Star That Fell, hey, Alex K in the chat, I see you. I could literally speculate all night right now. All I'm gonna say is that something's going on,
Mm-hmm.
and I have no idea what it is. So we'll find out soon
Right.
enough.
We will, for sure.
And we can always go back to it may just be them doing stuff to throw us off like this. It could
That's
just be,
true.
oh, hey, don't post for a while. I won't post for a while or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. So you never
But
know really with them.
how much more money would they get by doing that kind of
Yeah.
scheming? Doesn't make any sense. It makes more sense that they do the drama rather than him not being away because for 5 days he's missing out of upwards of like 6 to 10,000 views a day times
Yeah.
5. That's a pretty good chunk of money,
Yeah.
especially when
Right.
you got stuff to pay for.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know.
true.
I can't speak. Obviously, I'm speaking for myself when I say this, but I'm getting kind of tired of the, oh, I'm not in love with him. We're not seeing each other. I'm like, you know what? At this point, just admit that you're seeing each other. Make it easier on yourselves and all of us. Like, I personally, at this point, could care less if she's seeing him again. Does anyone else feel like that, or is it just me?
Yeah, it's becoming redundant right now, especially with
Mm-hmm.
reacting. Like, how am I gonna keep reacting repeatedly to the same information over and over and over again? Like, I've done it. We've done it for a year now, practically, ever since he was introduced. It's been literally a year that this has been going on.
Yes, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. And it's pointless. It really is. Because they're, at the end of the day, they're adults. And if they choose to be together, fine. Just be together online so we can roast you. Selfishly.
Yeah, exactly.
So it seems like I missed at least one live stream from her. I think today. I'm not sure exactly what happened in that live stream. Yeah, because I didn't see that one today.
Hello, hello.
Hi, smelly cat.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi.
Was I
I'm
muted?
okay. No, you're not muted, Ray
Oh,
J.
okay. Okay.
I haven't ever
Um,
had a chance to say hello and hi.
Well, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys too. Um, so it's Nader. Like, what's up with the foodie verse tonight?
we have no idea. Ray Ray was just asking what happened earlier today. All that happened. She ate Arby's. She went across Ottawa. She picked up Arby's. She ate. The car tray was brought out. Then she had the shits, and then all of a sudden she didn't have the shits.
Well then.
And then she went home, and then she had to tell us that Peach just didn't know where the cat food was because there was cat food there, and then that's it.
Oh
Wait,
man.
didn't she say she was going to stop at the
Oh, wow.
outhouse? Did she end up stopping at the outhouse?
No,
Huh?
she was implying that yeah, she was gonna stop.
Ah, okay.
I just come in, I saw the link. I'm like, let's find out what they're doing. Let's just go for
Yeah.
it.
Uncut Gems, Nancy P says, coming to Fox this fall, the new Smash reboot hit. Three's Company starring Nader, AJ, and Didi.
She's gonna get herself in that mix.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how, like, because I saw it, I know you guys talked about it the other night in the panel, but I just wanted to say how embarrassing for you, Didi, that finally what most of us already knew is out there, and how incredibly pathetic for you to pull that thirst move with Nader and that whole Chantal situation, and then try to lie to everyone that, oh no, I've known him for 20, oh no, not 20, 10 years. I want to applaud It's Water Weight for the job they did,
Yeah,
because that was fantastic.
exactly. The
Uh,
hours and hours of
7:14.
footage that you actually have to go through to really, uncover that because they back in December, I cannot reiterate to people, Chantel was streaming
There weren't
from
people actually
morning
believing they know each other that long, right?
until night. Yeah, people were believing it because there was just too much footage. Like I would literally get up maybe early in the morning, do as much work as I could. Then she starts streaming like at
Uh,
10, 11, and she wouldn't stop until like 11, 12, 1, 2 o'clock at night. Like literally all the way through fighting, getting off, coming back a few minutes later, fighting again. It was nonstop.
oh man. It's I don't even know what to say anymore. Like I really just no words.
I do agree, though. She needs, for her to, keep the train going and, potentially get subscribers back. Because I've heard, not as many people, not unsubscribed, but haven't been watching. She really does need to, like, kind of, do something new, pick up some kind of, drama or do something else, because this, going back and forth and doing all this, it's just not, doesn't seem to be helping her. So,
No.
I think she needs to travel somewhere again and drink copious amounts of rum
I
and
mean,
go
Colombian
on a live
beef.
stream.
she actually did something, you know. It was kind of refreshing to see four other walls, I suppose.
Well, she didn't really do much.
No, granted, but she did go. And that was at least like 9/10 of, for me at least, like, yeah, she freaking went.
It's so sad though because Cuba is such a beautiful island and she didn't even bother going outside of the cafeteria.
Out of the resort. Like, we didn't even see,
Yeah.
like,
her
I think
main,
it was the last end of it from her, like from her little space, but we didn't even see like around there much. Like she didn't
Yeah.
even really go around like the grounds and show us the scenery, for example, and it would have been nice, but here's
Go
the
show
hope.
us the architecture, you know?
yeah, it seemed like her main thing that trip was like, the guys, like, oh, this guy, that guy, and then of course, her whole rage that she did and all that. But like, I don't know if it's just me, but this whole guy thing is getting, it's getting a little I'm having a brain fart, but oh, there you go. I couldn't think of old. It's getting a little old to me. Like, she's how old, and still chasing these guys and stuff. Like, I don't know, that's kind of getting old to me. It was kind of funny and whatever at first maybe, but now it's just like, okay, do something else, because yeah. Hey,
Hey
Alex.
guys,
Hi,
how
Alex.
are you? It's
Okay.
like 4 a.m. here. Oh God, I'm so tired. So, can you hear me well with my AirPods, or should I change the microphone?
I hear you
Um,
very well. I don't know
You
if
hear me
anybody.
well?
Yeah, I
I
hear you good.
Okay. Yeah, great. So I wanted to talk about that stuffed animal Chantal allegedly got from Nader. Like, um, it could be a lie for sure because it's Chantal, but I think if, and I mean if, she actually got it from him, if it's true, I think she got it now, these last days or weeks, and not a few months ago, like she's saying. Because when I was watching her live, she kept saying like, yeah, a few months ago, guys, not now. And when she keeps repeating stuff, she's usually lying. So maybe she didn't get it from him altogether. But if she did, I think this is something new, to be honest. Especially if it's true that Didi kicked him out, like he's gonna do whatever it takes to get her back, you know?
Yeah, you got a
I
good
don't
point
know,
there,
guys.
Alex. Yeah, yeah, that's some point. Hey, Natural Ginger, how are you doing? Yeah, I think did Didi kick him out? As I've said, yeah, it's
Oh,
possible.
wow.
I
When
think it
when
happened.
those two start going at it, that's going to be a really interesting. Yep.
You mean when
Mm-hmm.
Didi and
Oh
Nader
yeah.
start fighting and telling the
Oh
secrets?
yeah. Oh come on. Come on. You just know it. You just know it. Come on. At least I think.
Yeah, a lot of revelations will be said and done.
So, did you cover the Arby's, what was it, mukbang or whatever? Because I didn't see that one.
I did cover it in literally 2 sentences. I said she went to Arby's.
Ah.
Yeah, to take a crap.
literally.
She went home. She talked smack about Pete's not knowing where cat food is, and then that was it. That's
Yeah.
2 hours of live streaming covered up.
Look,
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was.
want to be rude, but that that sandwich or burger or whatever she had, that gray meat in between, like it
The
reminds
gray
me of
Arby's meat.
something. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Maybe she was craving it. God knows. I don't know.
Not a fan of the
Yeah.
gray roast beef.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Arby's is okay, I guess, if you
Well,
like
I
that
think,
sort of stuff.
yeah, I maintain the same one. The Arby's is okay. You gotta know what to order, but expect that that beef is gonna be gray. There's gonna be like
I was gonna say I like Arby's.
gray.
I've never had that, guys. We don't have that over here, so I can I can't give my opinion on that. I'm just saying it looked nasty, like the
You
thumbnail
gotta try beef and
nail
cheddar before
me.
you die. You just that's all I'm saying. I tried
Really?
beef and cheddar.
It's basically just like roast beef sandwiches glorified, but they're not
Okay.
bad. But yeah, so
They're not exactly good either, so don't get too excited.
yeah. Look, honestly, I only go there for the potato cakes and the mozzarella
Oh, those are
sticks.
good. Yeah, I almost forgot about that.
They're not in
Okay.
season right now, so FML because that's the only thing I really want to go there for.
So, Monty, is it okay if I ask you what direction you're going to take now with your channel? Because in the previous live, we were talking about who you could cover. Um, and you know, I was very adamant in doing King Cobra and Cyrex. So I was thinking about that because honestly, I'm starting to get really bored of Chantal, and I think like we all are.
Yeah, there's gonna be other people I could totally react to. There's tons of people. Because yeah, I think it's time. I've seen a lot of channels reacting to newer people because yeah, Chantal has been literally doing the same thing over and over again. So I'm gonna slowly maybe do videos if I think a live stream's redundant because it seems these days a lot of them are. So we'll see. Maybe King Cobra, maybe K's Cooking, maybe Cool Taste, maybe Cyrax. There's a lot of people out there.
Yeah, well, I was before I came here, I watched a Cyrex video, and to be honest, he curses so much. He uses
Oh,
the N word, the F word, and
really?
everything. So I was thinking, I enjoy him, but it may not be a good idea for your channel.
Yeah, I'll have to check out a
Yeah,
lot of people and
yeah.
see what's going on and what's, better content, so to speak, than what's
Mhm.
happening right now.
It's
Um,
Um,
getting
Another thing I
drunk.
wanted to say, but Smelly Cat, please go on because I've been talking a lot already.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know if I didn't mean to talk over you.
No problem. Just do your thing, girl.
Sorry. Sorry. It's laggy, so I'm not hearing it right too.
Peace and Love says, Happy birthday, big boy. Thank you, Peace and Love. Appreciate you. Thank you, everybody, for the birthday wishes. Remember, there's a contest now for my birthday, April the 30th. I will be doing a birthday bonanza live stream. So check my community post for the contest, and we will do that the 30th.
Alrighty. Monty, I have to get off of here, but I just wanted to thank you for having me. And I wanted to thank you for your streams. You provide me with a lot
Oh,
of laughter. And there's been times, man, I've been rolling and it's much needed, you know. So I just
Thank
wanted to
you.
give you a thank you and thank you to your chat. And I will let you guys go. And I hope you all have a good evening. Stay
Yeah,
safe.
All right,
thank
good
you so
night.
much.
thank you
Bye.
too, Smelly
Bye
Cat.
Bye
bye.
all.
Someone is asking how old Monty is turning. Look, he's turning 39, people. Like, I still cannot believe it. I'm sorry. I think you're a laugh.
he's turning 21, guys. Okay,
Sure.
21.
I can
He'll
finally
have
drink.
his first drink.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, guy. Uh,
Lilith says Nader is absolutely racist. Yeah, he has said a lot of racist things towards me. I
Yes,
think
we
Charlie,
have.
yeah, Charlie Gold covered it in her last live stream. Hey, in 4K. But as they say, birds of a feather flock together. It seems that's the go-to insult, which really shows a lot about their thinking and whatnot.
Very true. Facts.
Mm-hmm.
She does
So,
realize though that I'm sorry. She does realize that when the reaction channels start to move on to other subjects, it's not a good thing for her because all the free publicity she was getting is gone. So she's gonna end up losing more views than what she thinks. She really sits there and complains day after day of don't snipe me, don't do this, don't do that. Look at what's happening to you. I think today she had like 300 viewers in the
Um, sh-
beginning.
she paused for a while and it went down to 300, but it got back up to like
Mhm.
the regular 1200, which, depending on you look at it, a lot of people are still just watching her straight. The algorithm isn't helping though, because the algorithm is very active to introduce her to new people. And like I've said,
Mhm.
if you don't know her history or you don't watch reaction channels, you don't know anything about that.
Right.
All her rages are deleted and gone off her channel. So unless you actively look someplace else for her stuff, you never know what's really up until you get a taste of the rage. That is. Hey, Molly loves
Un-
pink.
hey Molly.
Until she says, "I'm blocking you guys. That's it. I'm
Exactly.
so done with you guys."
Hi there, Molly.
Uh, I wanted to
Hey.
ask
Hey,
why
my
why
fingers look
is
really big.
Chantal not getting the same amount of super chats? Is it because the VIBs that used to pay her
Right.
uh, disappeared, or are they just choosing not to super chat her? Because I don't really understand what's going on there.
I think a lot of it has to do with just they don't feel like she's got much. Just we'll say they don't feel like she's got much to offer right now, and so they're not giving
Mm-hmm.
her the money to really because they don't feel like it's probably don't feel like it's worth it. And then of course there's the ones who usually super chat to try to rile her up. I just don't think people really think it's worth it right now. Honestly, that's what it comes down to. Just they don't think it's worth it, so they're not doing it.
Okay, thank you for that, Ray Ray. Because I was really like wondering.
Indeed, for sure, because as it comes down to, it has to be worth your time and your money, right? Like no one's gonna hand their money over willingly unless they truly feel that it's worth their money, no matter
Mm-hmm. But
how you think that worth is.
uh,
Very
uh,
true.
are her most important VIBs like plain cheeseburger and Lambo and everything? Did they used to super chat her a lot? Actually.
No, I don't think Lambo and plain cheeseburgers weren't like the super active super chatters, from my understanding of what I've seen.
Okay.
Isabel Moreno says, an early B-Day present. I have to go now on my way to Mexico for a funeral. Everyone have a safe and happy weekend. Well, thank you, Isabel. Appreciate you. Lilith says, did you see her read between the lines stream yet? I'm sure you have. If not, I can share with you. I did see that, Lilith. That went over that an hour and a half ago, and it was a snooze fest, is what I will say.
Show us the cat. Show us the cat. When
I
are we
wish
doing a cat reveal?
soon. She has been supervising me cleaning all day today. So what I do in between my streams, I do my work, I clean as much as I can, and then she's there staring at me the entire time, all day.
Yeah.
Hey Gary, what's up? How you doing? TGIF.
Gary.
Hey Gary.
So pretty much, I don't know what's going on with Didi. Hopefully, if this is a lesson learned, it's a lesson learned. Things might get rough for her. I'm not sure what the fallout will be. I'm not even sure if she still has a job or she's been reprimanded at her workplace or fired. No idea. I don't even know if the place is even hers. Some people are saying it's her mom's place and she just stays there. Make it maybe makes it seem as if it's her place, which is possible.
Oh. That would
Well,
make sense.
doesn't Didi have like income enough to afford a place like that on her own.
Yeah, that's if we assume where it's said she works is where she actually works.
She could have taken over the lease when her mom went into the nursing home.
Yeah, that's possible as well. True. Yep.
Yeah, true.
There's definitely
Um,
options as to what could be going on over there with that.
Very true. Memphis 10 says she found pregnancy tests. Who TF was pregnant? Rat guy, right? What's she blaming on rat guy for?
Wait, in the old trap house?
Yeah, she said she
yeah,
found the packaging for the
allegedly.
pregnancy test.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's terrifying. I'm sorry. Wow, terrifying. That's all I have to say. Gonna leave it at that.
Well, I mean, maybe rat guy could be like, it's my test. I'm using it to see if I have, anything wrong with me. Because if you don't know, there has been cases where guys have peed on pregnancy tests and it says that they're pregnant.
Prostate.
Yeah,
Why?
it's some sort of cancer because
Mm-hmm.
it's your human choreogenic gonadotropin. That's what it tests for, and that is I don't want to get this wrong, but the way how the tests typically work is there's certain factors where it's cell division, and that's what it's testing for. So um
Ah.
your HCG is what it tests for, and with cancer cells it divides the same way. So that's why it will show up that you're pregnant if you have cancer as a guy.
By the
Yes.
way, someone is asking, Rat Guy was Nader's housemate and alleged lover.
Yeah, his lover
He was like
allegedly.
couch surfing, no?
Yeah,
What?
something like that. They knew each
Yeah,
other from jail, and he was just taking the couch over. And we did see a glimpse of him. We did,
yeah.
if you remember. Not a lot of us remember, but
In
I
the
remember exactly.
kitchen.
Yes, the kitchen. When they put the camera towards the door, then he just opened up and he was like deer in the headlights, just staring at the camera.
It was so awkward.
Yeah.
That was the first and the last time we saw him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what if the new thing is like she comes on and she's like, "You guys, those pregnancy tests were from Nader's ex-lover, and he had a baby with her, and we're gonna raise it together because I can't have a baby." So, like something like that. That right there, I feel like we don't like Nader, but something like that. Like we need something big in order for her to be like pick back up, like something big.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Sodiums. I don't know what this big thing is, but I think there might be a fighting going on. I think a lot of secrets might be divulged if Didi really is done with him. So there's gonna might be a lot of drama in the next maybe few days, few weeks. You never know.
When Chantal says, "You guys don't know what I'm going through right now, it's just a lot," I believe. I believe a lot of shit is going down. I think they are
I have a gut
arguing.
instinct. Alex, did anyone else notice there's like a different vibe to her today? There was a different energy surrounding her, and it was, to me, it kind of screamed like cautious and nervous. It's a different energy than, oh, I'm just going to get off here to go see Nader. Not to say that that's not happening, but there's like a nervous, cautious energy to her.
Yeah, I agree. I think she is on the cycle again, and she's in that phase that she realizes how messed up it is that she's still seeing him, but she's still seeing him. I think it's always the same shit with her. I'm sorry. Like, after she gets like defensive and I need private time and this and that, she always starts realizing. I think she saw the video of Didi's and another friendship and whatever, and she's still
Mm-hmm.
seeing him, but she knows that she doesn't want to put up with that. I don't know. She was like making excuses for him today, like saying like, "You guys don't know. He promised me," and I think right now he's still like telling her, "I love you," or something like that. That's my opinion.
Hey there, Rose Thorn. Welcome.
Hello, sir. Hello, ladies.
Hi, Rose.
Honestly, I think this whole thing going on, it's excuse me, something in my throat. If you check Monty, the last week or week and a half before the end of the month, they always pull this crap. There's always something big that happens at the end of the month to get that last month money before the month is up. So Chantal's not been getting super chats. What is wrong with my tongue these days? Chantal's and Nader, they've not been getting the super chats lately. So I'm sure that she's had a little sit down with him, and they've both been thinking, what can we do to get that money flowing? So her talking about Nader the way that she is, she's teasing people with the idea of, well, I'm having second thoughts about him. And oh, I know about this video and all of that. And whenever that happens, notice how the super chats start flowing. So she's getting exactly what she wants. That money's starting to flow again.
Very
So you
true.
think she's trying to make him? Oh, I'm sorry, Monty. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. I was just gonna say, if you check Playboard before, the super chats were very stagnant. But what does this mean? The last one she just did like 2.5 hours ago got $100. It's not, the level she was at before, but it's a lot better than $2 or $5 or the $10 or $20 she was having, the past week or two.
I just find it funny that she went from I'm not allowed to talk about him to now she is. So where did this permission come from? What happened? Why is she suddenly opening up about him? Because of the video that Waterway did, which was amazing, absolutely amazing, piecing it all together. But suddenly she's allowed to talk about him. Interesting, huh?
Yeah, very good points there, Rose. Thank you for that. Yeah.
I think and I'm sorry, I have my children with me. They're watching Scooby Doo before going to bed. I apologize. They're laughing and stuff. I'm so sorry.
That's
No, what
okay.
I was gonna say is, she's trying to. I agree with you, Rose, but I also think she's trying to see if she can humanize him again to us beyond the he's abusive, he's this, that, and that, the other, so that when he returns, he starts to get super chats again. Because what the whole week before that, it was nothing but tomatoes, tomatoes, tomatoes.
Yeah, I've seen the live before the last one. She was holding on to that stuffy toy, and she was talking him up again. Oh, and I remember her doing this, and I remember her doing that. She's trying to repaint his image all over again. And that's what she did before. First, she trashed him, and then when she started to get serious with him, let's try to repaint his image in front of everybody, because ultimately I feel what her goal was to bring him on camera with her the way that she did with Pete's, to make him part of her channel. And then when her audience said, no, we don't like Nader, all the things you've said about him, all the things you've accused him of, I feel that's when she decided to go ahead and let him have his channel and then just meet him over there. And that way there would be no backlash for her channel. That channel would be safe. But with all the storylines and story arcs that they've come up with, they both have painted themselves into a corner. She can't really be with him because there are these alleged charges going on, which could be phony. It could be real. Nobody really knows. I think they're phony. But she has to think about what the audience will put up with. And if she starts to openly see him, what that means for the money she makes on her channel.
Very true. Thank you, Rose. So practically, she's trying to reinvent him once again by showing how much of a great person he is.
No, I'm sorry. After everything, not only everything she said, but because, all that could be a lie. You never know with her. But everything that people have found out about him, and he could do a lot of things that might be great. And I still wouldn't think he's a good guy, because that's just what it comes down to. There's so much that's come out about him that for me, me at least, there's no coming back from that. So I feel like that's kind of pointless for on her end because it's not really gonna help.
I get your understanding, Ray Ray, but still, people still watch him. There's still people who will, no matter what he does or says, good or bad, will still want to watch him. They like his cooking. Plus, we also got to take into account the algorithm. What is the algorithm doing? Depending on his keywords, I know even if I'm not even sure if he's doing keywords, but if he is, um, maybe other cooking shows, cooking channels are kind of tying in with his. I'm not really sure. I actually got to look into that more. I got to check out what channels or auto played after his live streams, and it gives me a better understanding of what's going on how the algorithm is kind of pushing out his content.
You want my honest thoughts about his channel, Monty? I think as far as Nader having a channel, it served two purposes. One, it gave Nader something to do. So he would have something to do while Chantal wasn't there. Something to keep him enticed to be around Chantal. Second reason, because Chantal was looking to branch out to make more money. You know, she didn't just want to make money with her channel. She wanted a second channel where she could be with Nader. I mean, she's added new people to the Chantal show. She's also had the second channel with him. And that was the purpose of that channel. And ever since they were not allowed to be around each other, I'm sure his views and his super chats have been sucking hard. So I'm thinking right before she went to Cuba, they had a little talk. Or while they were in Cuba, they did talk. And they decided, you know what, let's bring up some drama again. Since I cannot physically be there on your channel to help you get the super chats and get the views, I'm going to find a way to get people's attention back on your channel so maybe that you can make some money again. So the easiest way to do that is to talk about you and go off about you. And notice there's more attention now on his channel than there was before. If Chantal is not involved with Nader's channel, his views go down, his super chats go down. Yes, he did the stupid thing insulting you and the April Fool's Day prank, and he's gotten in big trouble with that, and rightfully so. But in order for Nader to make money on that channel, she has to be a part of it in some way. So since these charges got brought up, she can't physically be there because there's supposed to be a protection order. So the only thing she can really do is talk about them. And people aren't going to Nader's channel for the cooking. They're going for the tea.
Oh,
They're
they're definitely not going for the cooking, Rose. Like, who wants beige, overcooked, dry food?
meat log.
But I believe some ladies were going there for Nader, for sure. And you know that. You know what type of ladies I'm talking about. They were not a lot, but they for sure were. And actually, I didn't in that video of Waterweight, the friendship one. Diona Lin was his old mob, right? An ex-member,
There with
and
her.
she
Sorry.
commented. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry, Alex. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, she commented, and someone asked how much money did you give him in total, and she said around $400, not once, but like in separate times. And she said, like, look, I feel sorry for this lady at the end of the day. She says she's 73. You know, I feel sorry that she got lied to. But at the same time, she said something, and I found it very cringe, that she felt like Nader was her surrogate child. I don't know how Nader can
He
I
plays
don't
into
know.
that, Alex. Alex, he's, in my opinion only, I speak for myself, not the rest of the panel members or Monty. I believe this man is a seasoned con artist who has done this over and over again, and he knows how to target certain victims. So for some, for example, for that one lady you were talking about,
Yeah,
oh, you see
Diona
me
Lin,
as a
by the
son,
way.
Diana Lynn, you see me
Yeah.
as a son, I'm going to play into that. How are you, Diana Lynn? It's so lovely to see you here today, Diana
Yeah.
Lynn. Oh, Diana Lynn, call me. I'd love to talk to you, Diana Lynn. Con artists like him, right now in the chat, they would look at the chat right now, right? And they'll see what you're saying and they'll pick out certain people. Oh, is this one talking about their son? Oh, this one's talking about their ex-husband. Okay, now I know how to play you. That's what he does.
Yeah, and I found very interesting. I saw a lot of the ex-members stating that even though they at some point questioned Nader's behavior, because of Didi, they went through with the membership and everything because they have this high opinion about Didi. Like, okay, Nader may be a little bit sketchy, but Didi, And I find that sad. Like, it's not only Nader. We forget that it's
Yeah,
Didi too, for
that's part
sure.
of that's part of the scam, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where to make a scam or a con more credible, and you're a guy, you typically will act like you're married, because a married man has at least, in the very least, committed to something, committed to a wife, committed to a family. So at least they can infer that he has the ability to commit to something long term.
Yeah.
So when Didi got there and they were talking about their being longtime friends, it made people more at ease because it showed that a woman is there and they've been friends. He must not be that bad of a guy after all, because then why would Didi, a woman, know him for 10 plus years and keep coming around him if he was such a bad guy? So that is also part of the con. So you got to look at it at all angles and look at it from that angle, because it's always good if you are a con artist and you're a guy to bring in a woman, say that she's your friend, make
Yeah.
other women feel at ease as if they could trust you.
But
Very true. She's the
what do
cushion.
we think the motivation is? I would like girls to hear your opinion, and Monty, of course. Like, what drove her to do it? Okay, we have talked about the theory of, yeah, she really wanted to get Chantal's man, but come on, do you think she was in for the money?
There's really a lot of things that really could have pushed anybody who was kind of in Nader's circle, I guess you could say, to do the things that they did. And it's really hard to decide for sure. For some people, it could have been a loneliness thing. She was lonely, and just felt, the need to, have somebody there, and felt that he was the person to do it for whatever reason. And, it could be, a psychological thing, that there's something missing there, that she just felt like he fit that, that piece, psychologically. There's just several factors, but I feel like those two could be really big contributing factors. But you really never know, because there's just, people are so different, and you just, you never know what someone could truly be thinking and the reason they really do it. So I don't know.
I personally think that he played into, like, okay, I think Didi thought that she could be the one to fix Nader.
Think that
She thought she could be the one to fix him, to show him how she can make his life great and how great life can be. And he honed in on that and played into it. That's my opinion.
Because, we have talked a lot of times about how Didi is so submissive, if you compare her to Chantal, And do you all remember how Chantal at some point claimed that at the beginning of their relationship, Nader came with like a contract, like a sub-dom or something like that. I'm sorry, I don't know about those things, but she claimed the contract thing, right? And that he wanted her to sign it. Do we believe that's true? And if that's true, do you think he has that type of contract with Didi? Just throwing that in the air.
Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I think he's the type of guy who's very what is the word? Like it depends on what type of vibe he gets from your interaction. Then he will figure out exactly how he can interact with you properly. For Foodie Beauty, it was maybe the Dom subcontract. I've heard of a lot of guys doing that. There's actually, I think, a site even for that, for the contracts and everything. Don't ask me how I know this.
No, I need to know now, Monty. How do you know this
But
information, Monty?
Pregnancy test check.
right. But yeah, I think you have a point. Yeah, that he will just take whatever he can get, and he will push and push until he realizes or finds a boundary where you will not let him push anymore. I think that's what's up.
It's
Yeah.
really, it's really kind of. I mean, somebody had kind of said it in before in the chat too, when it comes to like master manipulator, and he can like it's like he can change his like his self and his personality and form to what other people want him to be, basically, and that's what it comes down to. And people like that, honestly, especially with someone like him who has had a past, let's say, it's scary that he can kind of be like that, because you really never know what he could do. And for him to just be able to words aren't coming to me today, but for him to just be able to like make people think that he's this guy that he's not and everything, it's honestly really scary for some people. So
I'm reading the chat, and a lot of you are reacting about the contract thing. Okay, so I'm not understanding. Do you think Chantal is lying, or he was lying about this contract thing? Because I'm trying to understand.
I would believe Chantal that there is some sort of contract. I guess that was the way he was presenting himself.
Do you see Nader printing out a contract? I'm sorry.
Well, sometimes the contracts are printed out or they're verbal, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
there's
but
just
she literally stated, well, if you take her word, that he like presented her a contract.
well,
You
maybe
think the contract is real? Okay,
yeah,
okay,
maybe
Buddha.
there's a little line where you put in your name, and then he puts in his name, and then
why
I'm
that's
don't
how it
hearing the
works.
dotted line.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
actually, Rose, you're really knowledgeable. I know you covered it a lot on your channel, explaining the Dom sub contract relationship. Do you have input on this?
Yeah.
Rose might be away at the moment. She did say that the power in her building cut out for a
Oh,
second,
shucks. Oh,
so she might
Oh
not be
my
no.
there.
God.
It's all good though.
Buddha
We'll just
bitch.
Booger and
continue.
Sparky must be
Oh, wait,
freaking
I'm here.
out.
I'm here. I just had to unmute. I'm sorry. I'm a noob.
No problem.
No, you're fine.
What's wrong
Okay,
with
go ahead, Rose.
Okay, I'm sorry. Like, what do you guys want to know? I'll tell you. What are your questions?
So, you remember you covered the sub Dom contract relationship a lot on your channel. Do you have input? What is your opinion? Do you still believe that Nader and Chantal have this situation going on, or were they lying, or what are your general thoughts now at this point in time?
Well, I did a video explain what I thought might be going on, as not just with Chantal and Nader as a couple, quote unquote couple, but also with Chantal. And here are my thoughts on that. And this is something you would not know or consider if you don't know about it. I feel that Chantal a lot of her behaviors and the way she's living, it's because she's got a very extreme case. She's got a very severe degradation, humiliation fetish. And people
Mm-hmm.
that are generally into degradation and humiliation, they want as many people humiliating them as possible. Some people are okay with just one person doing it. Other people want as many as possible to humiliate them. Chantal actually took her fetishes, put them on YouTube, and made them profitable. Now, as far as her and Nader, I feel that maybe part of the reason why her past relationships with Pete's and BB didn't work out because she had these urges and fantasies and fetishes, and they just weren't the kind of men that could satisfy them, but Nader could because he's a lot more severe. He's a sadist, she's a masochist. So, sadists and masochists always seek each other out. And that's another reason why I feel that she's addicted to him because she's an extreme person with these extreme fetishes. Who else is going to live them out with her? Do I think that there is a contract? I don't think that there's a paper contract per se, but I think that maybe there might be something perhaps on video, that he's got her on video saying things that maybe he did that for his protection. We've seen some pictures of her kissing his feet. I saw the picture. She didn't look like she was in any way disgusted kissing his feet. In fact, she looked like she was rather enjoying it, enjoying herself. But I think that as far as the relationship with Nader, from what I have seen and from what I know, as far as knowing about that lifestyle, here's the way I think it played out. I think that she and Nader sought each other out for the purpose of fetish play, and he talked to her, and maybe she came to him and said, look, if you fulfill this fetish thing with me, I'll give you lots of money, if you do these things with me. And so he said, sure, okay, if that's the deal, if that's all I have to give, no problem. But Chantal is a person that you spend 5 minutes around her. If you're a halfway decent looking guy, she's going to be obsessed with you. She's going to fall in love with you. So here is this fetish play lifestyle that she wants to make into a 24/7 thing. She wants to have a relationship with him, and he's not about that life. And that's where all this drama is coming from. It is possible for a dom or a sub, a top, a bottom, a masochist and a sadist to do things with each other and not be in a real life relationship. But whatever she's doing with Nader, she likes it so much. She wants to make it a full-time thing. And Nader's like, no, I don't feel that way for you. We were just supposed to play and that's it. But she just keeps pushing and pushing and pushing for him to be in a relationship with her. And she's got it in her head that if she pushes hard enough and long enough, that she's going to wear him down to where she can get her way. She is determined to make this hers.
Very true. Very, very true. She doesn't know when
Look,
to stop.
you made a lot of good points, but
Also,
I
like
don't know.
one more thing I'd like to add in, and this is something else, another layer to the whole, her having a degradation, humiliation fetish. There is such a thing as financial domination. And how that works is that the person who is the god or goddess, male or female, essentially they're taking money from the sub, and all you do is give them money. They really don't get anything back. And what have we seen Chantal do with Nader? She takes him shopping. She gives him money, and she really doesn't get much back, does she? And again, she's someone that she's got a humiliation, degradation fetish. So what is more humiliating and degrading to somebody than giving somebody your money and then not getting anything back? So that feeds into her fetish. So it all kind of ties together. And she's like, oh, I'll pay your rent, I'll pay your bills, whatever you want. And I'm so desperate for you. I'm so addicted to this man. Yeah, she's believe me, this woman is into humiliation and degradation. It explains so many things, why her house is filthy, why she wears the dirty clothes, and she's the farting and the burping and the acting gross on camera and picking her nose and talking about disgusting things. She wants to be humiliated. She wants people to say things back and make fun. She wants that. She does. Why does she cry about it? For views, darling. For views, for money. She's taken her fetish and she's made it profitable. Everything between Nader and Chantal, it's fetish play on camera, and she's making money with it. By inviting an audience, they both have made it profitable for each other. Does it all make sense now?
Look, you're making a lot of good points, like for sure. But I don't know. I've been watching Chantal for years, and I think with her, it's not a fetish. Okay, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. It's just, I think it's more like daddy issues with her, you know, and Chantal always wanting a kick, and she has that with everything. That's why she has taken all type of drugs, just wanting to feel alive and kind of controlled. I don't think it goes as deep as a fetish. I think it's just, yeah, daddy issues. But you know, it's very interesting what you said, and I'm gonna think about it and look into it. Right now, I think it's a little bit too much.
I have to
I think
say
she's
that I
just
agree.
nasty. I
I
think she's
agree
just
with both of
nasty.
you. I see both
Yeah.
of you. I could see where Alex, would fill a void, right? But if you think about it,
Mhm.
if you start doing something repeatedly, right? A habit for, oh, excuse me, bless you,
I-
sorry.
Is
If you
that a
start
child
doing,
or like or an animal, like
it's
a
a
pet?
child. It's a
Ah,
child.
okay. I'm sorry.
You're fine. It's okay. She does sound like a little kitty, doesn't she?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
if you start doing something repetitively every day, right? Eventually, it could become an obsession or a fetish. So I could see where both you and Rose, if you merge both of your points together, that could very well be what we're seeing today. The need to fill the void. The daddy issues. I need to feel the void. I need to feel
Desperation.
loved. I need to feel attention. And it could eventually become an obsession that leads into a fetish. That's my
And
two cents.
you know, to me, it actually does make a lot of sense on both points, like you say, Erie, because if you think about it, there's two things that kind of point to something like that, obsession or fetish, either or. One, the fact, because I still gets to me that she mentioned, um, what was it that my brain today? What was it that she had said that she was embarrassed by, and that was the first time her being embarrassed or whatever after years of doing embarrassing things online? What was it? It's just recently. She did something and she was like, "Oh, is this what it feels like to be embarrassed? I've never been embarrassed before." I can't remember. But anyways, if that was her first time, feeling embarrassed after all the things she's done online that, are, that look bad on her, then that kind of shows that she's okay with, really being humiliated and, really like looking bad. And then another thing is that she has mentioned a couple times recently that she wants to like make people uncomfortable, like people in public. And if she goes on a plane again, she wants to make the person next to her as uncomfortable as possible, and this and that. And that, like, to me would make her look, really bad, like a bad person. And she doesn't care about stuff like that. And so to me, that really does point to that being, a factor, because she does not only, with men, obviously, but it seems like in general, she doesn't mind, you know, feeling, humiliated and looking like, people looking down upon her. There we go. So it all makes sense.
Look, another reason why I personally think it's not that deep. It's because if you have seen Chantal, at the end of the day, I think the only thing this woman wants is a man that will love her, cuddle her, kiss her, and claim her. I think she doesn't really enjoy sex as much. She just wants that male attention, that affection, and she has discovered that one of the only ways for her, sadly enough, to get that type of affection is in a sexual way, and that's very immature of her. That's like a lot of teenage girls think like that, and they will use sex to get affection from a guy, and that's why I think it's not that deep for Chantal. That's what I think.
I see a comment in the chat that I think is interesting. Ivana says she goes after men with money problems so she can use her money to control them. I actually agree with that 100%. Notice the two men that are closest to her, they're both financially dependent on her. And that's something that Chantal keeps on purpose. She doesn't want the men around her to have a job, to have money, to have any sort of control. She uses her YouTube money to control both Pete's and Nader. Pete's is completely dependent on her, so is Nader. The only way that she can keep men around her is to keep them financially dependent on her. And if they have any ideas in their head, if y'all remember, Pete was talking about seeing a girl, was it in Winnipeg? Is it Winnipeg Winnie? Like he was interested in her, and Chantal was just putting down this person. You know, she was just throwing all kinds of shade. Any mention of the men in her life getting away from her in some way, you know, she's going to try to stop that because she wants Pete to be there at her beck and call. And as long as he's not working, as long as he doesn't have a job, he'll do whatever Chantal says. And as long as Nader doesn't have a job and he doesn't have his own money, then he's going to have to keep going to Chantal. And she's one of those people that if she does something for you, it's all transactional. Once she does something for you, then you owe her. And she's going to lord that over you. She's going to be like, I did this for you, and I did that for you. I mean, every little thing she does for you, she's going to throw in your face forever. Forever. She's not going to let you forget. So she tries to tell herself, I'm a good person, and I have such a good heart. No, you don't, Chantal. Because good people do good things out of the goodness of their heart. They don't do them for the purpose of control and manipulation, Chantal. You know, like everything she does for a purpose.
And good people, Rose, don't have to go around advertising that they're good people.
Absolutely that. Absolutely that.
But I think, Rose, like what you just explained, it's like another reason why, for me, it's all tied with desperation, you know? Like the doing things like for someone like, oh, if I pay his rent, well, he will have to love me, right? You know, I don't see it as a fetish, but I found it very interesting what you said.
I think one of the main reasons why Chantal is all about throwing the money around is because if we're going to be honest, right now, that's the only thing of value that she could bring to the table. And she can't say, I'm a woman with a career, I have a job, I've got hobbies, I've got a life, I've got family. The only thing of value that she has to tempt anyone to be near her is that money. Oh, I'm on YouTube, I'm making 10, 20 grand a month. That's the only bargaining chip that she's got. So she uses
right now,
everybody's
because
attention.
if we are honest, a few years ago, when she wasn't making that amount of money, I feel like she was actually trying. Did you see her makeup hauls and stuff?
Yes, ma'am, I did. I remember.
I agree.
I remember all the way back in the beginning of her channel. If you go all the way back, you're like, who is this person?
Exactly.
She was doing, this shocked me, Monty, but listen to this. She was doing video game playthroughs. Believe it or not, that shocked me. She was actually,
wow. She was
yeah,
trying.
she was makeup hauls, makeup looks, video game playthroughs. I was stunned. I'm like, who is this person? Do I know her? Is this the person I react to? And then when she started making that YouTube money and she got into the mukbangs, man, the wheels just came off the cart. She got into catering to those feeders. But in the beginning, she was really trying. She was trying more when she wasn't monetized than she was when she got monetized. That money just absolutely ruined her. Ruined her.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I think being with Bibi, because, you know, she admitted a lot of times that she hid from him how much she actually ate and everything, you know? Um, so I think being with him also helped her trying her best. And once that relationship ended and she was with Pete, and Pete is disgusting himself, sorry, I think she just felt like, well, I can do whatever and still get like attention and love and money. And at the end of the day, we don't know who's paying her behind the screens to do what, but I am sure there are some things, some people paying her to do some nasty stuff, for sure.
I'm of the belief that as far as her getting on camera and eating, and this is just somebody that I've got an eating problem in recovery. Just some of the things I've seen with Chantal, I think that she comes on camera on her channel, and what she's doing in front of us is taking feeder requests. Like people off camera talking to her, if you eat this food, I'll throw you whatever money. Like that live stream she did today with Arby's. Since when does Foodie like Arby's? Since when does she eat Arby's? And she didn't really eat it all. She ate it, and you could just tell by her expression she wasn't happy eating that food. But
Well, you know, Rose, at the end of the day, I think that we all agree that she's doing some stuff. Something is going on. And I think when you're high, that you will make a lot of stupid choices. You know, it may be like a feeder request for sure. But I think, you know, I've been high myself in the past, not on like coke or something, just weed. And I already like ate things I regret afterwards. So who knows, you know? It may be a stupid thing she was craving at that moment.
the
I don't
amazing
know. I always like to look at the other side.
that's cool. I mean, I appreciate all points of view. I mean, I like learning from people and seeing things from different sides. I'm just
Yeah,
taking
same.
my background of just not only this present behavior, but also her past behavior in other videos, seeing the things she's doing. I'm like, it takes one to know one. If you've been there and you've been through that, then you recognize that. You know, so I see different things about Chantal that I'm like, I remember doing that, and I know why I did it. You know,
Can I
and
interrupt for a moment, Rose? I'm so sorry. I just want to say goodnight. I have to put the kiddos to bed, but I'll be listening in chat. Thank you for having me on
Okay.
panel.
oh, good night.
Thank you, Harry. Bye bye. Okay,
So
go ahead, Rose.
I am reading that a lot of, I'm sorry, Rose, a lot of people are saying that she actually has eaten at Arby's a lot of times. Well, a few times.
Well, I would say a few times. The last time she was there was when, like a month or two ago.
Oh,
And then
so that's
before
not
that,
that long ago.
it was Nadia, the Nadia incident where Nadia met her there because she knew which one she was gonna go to because the one closest to her was closed. So it's not as if she's doing it regularly, especially since it might be on the other side of Ottawa, but it's still close enough. Like Foodie Beauty travels to Montreal for Orange Julep. Like going to the other side of Ottawa is nothing. So if she loves it so much, why isn't she there regularly when we see her driving into Vanier all this time just to get something to eat, driving into Gatineau, chilling and hanging out at the park? Why are you driving for half an hour to 45 minutes to hang out at a park? So I can see Rose's
Yeah.
point.
Well, one thing that I've noticed about Foodie, and you guys can check if you want to, but just something that I've noticed as far as her food habits. Usually she'll pick like one or two foods and then she'll eat that for weeks, like literally for weeks. Like how long did she get stuck on the Jamaican meat patties? Or and how long did she get stuck on the nashies? Like with nothing but nashies, night and day nashies, until they were no longer available, and then that switched over to the meat patties. She doesn't really have a whole lot of variety in her diet. So if she eats something out of the norm, that makes you kind of scratch your head and ask yourself why. Where's that coming from?
Well,
Like
I think Chantal has, we all know, an addictive personality. And I think she tastes something and she really likes it. And for her, there is no stopping. So she's going to get that till she gets bored of that and moves into the next thing. That's what I think.
I agree, absolutely. She just get fixed. She'll get. It's like with a guy. She get on that guy, and she just wants it all the time. So it's the same thing with food. Oh, I've got to have this meat patty like 3 or 4 times a day. She's got. Somebody said it in the chat for you. Well, where is it? Obsessive nature. Thank you. She's got an obsessive nature. She'll fixate on something and zero in on it, and that's all she wants.
Yeah, I've noticed the Arby's seems to be something that she has between like her cycles of food. Like, she gets on this kick of things, and then Arby's will be kind of something she has between that. Because I think now she's kind of waiting on, like, not waiting, but like she's seeing what her next kind of like food cycle, if you want to call it that, is gonna be. Like, what am I gonna, eat, next? Oh, so this is Opal. She's the one who decided to be gone for 2 days. But as you can see, she's back now and, doing well. Hopefully.
I'm glad you got her back. That's so sad. Hey, Kitty.
All three of them, because we have our window open in the studio, and all three of them, one of them had pushed out the screen, and all three of them got out, and we realized it happened like right after it happened. But by the time we got out there, Fat Guy was still right there because he doesn't go anywhere. But the other two, the girls ran off, and we found Hazel, but we couldn't find Opal, and yeah, but she came back last night, so.
I'm happy your cat came back. That's awesome. My cats don't go. Well, actually, no. Lola goes away for like a day or two in the summertime, spring, summer, early fall. She'll like leave for a day, sometimes two. I worry about her.
Yeah, see, well, my cats don't go outside at all. They've never
God.
been outside since they, because I got them when they're a month old, and they've never been outside at all. They're 10 months old now. And so when she was gone, like, it just like freaked me out because I'm like, she's not going to know what to do. She's never been outside. Like, what is she going to do? And yeah, I was freaking out. That's one of the reasons I wasn't on, because yeah, that had me a little worried.
And no worries, no worries. I guess Zoe Green is deciding whether or not she want to come on panel. It's really up to you. This is open to anybody, as long as people are respectful. I think we've pretty much talked about everything. I guess I don't think there's anything else to uncover. So maybe we'll end it here for tonight. Thank you, Rose, for being on panel. I appreciate you.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're welcome anytime. Hey, Chrissy loves tea. Welcome. So I guess we'll wrap it up. Ray, if you want to close it out, any last words?
It was good being back on panel with you guys. I was taking a nap, and I woke up at you came, what time did you come on? 7 my time, I think. What time is it? Yeah, you came on 7 my time, and I woke up at 6:45, and I saw that you were coming on, so I was like, all right. I went and brushed my hair and got ready real quick because I decided I wanted to be on panel today. So, and I'm glad I did with you lovely ladies. And yeah, so that's about it. I'll see you guys next time. I hope you guys have a good night, if you guys are all nighttime.
All right. Thank you, Ray. Alex K.
Look what Buddha Beach just said. You look handsome in white.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm gonna have to take a look at that. Well, thank you, Buddha. I appreciate this. Thank you so much. I did not notice until Alex brought it up.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me and for having this interesting talk. I really appreciate listening to what you had to say and what Rose said. Like, I'm gonna think about it. It's interesting. I am sorry I'm not as funny as the other girls are, but I like to think about things.
We
Thank you very much.
appreciate you, Alex K. Thank you so much. And Rose, any closing words?
Well, I just want to say thank you for letting me on panel with all the lovely ladies on your panel, Monty. It's always interesting and entertaining here. I enjoy your panels very much, even though Foodie hates them.
Right, exactly. Well, thanks you again, Rose. Appreciate you. And I guess take care, everybody. If you want to come on the panel, we'll do one, maybe one or two tomorrow. And take care. Have a good one. If I won't see you around, have a good weekend. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
See ya.